Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight we're coming at you with a special taste review, Tincup Black. It is a 10-year bourbon, only 84 proof. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard bad things about some Tincup products, but honestly, we have not had any of it.
Nope, none of it.
I do know that this is the one I've been looking for because it's the one I've heard the most good about. The mash bill on the black 10-year is 2/3 corn and 1/3 rye. It's aged in white American oak barrels. It's cut to proof with Rocky Mountain water, so it's not a barrel proof. It is cut to 84 proof. It's distilled in the state of Indiana, and it's bottled by Tincup Whiskey in Denver, Colorado. They also offer an original, a rye, and a 14-year. And like I said, this is their 10-year variety. It's a great looking package. The color of it, the color of the bourbon looks like a good quality bourbon. I know you can't tell by that.
Nice amber color, but it also comes with a tin cup.
The packaging is awesome.
So that you can have just like the
taster.
Yep, the tasters just like the Mountaineers used to have.
Right,
Yeah.
Yep.
So actually, Tincup took its name from the Tincup area where the Mountaineers used to.
Great. Can I?
Yeah.
And that is gives a good pop when you take the cork out.
It's not wine.
So, that's really at this point all I have to say about it. I'm excited to taste it because I have heard a lot of good things about it. So I guess we'll just jump right in, unless you have anything else.
I don't. We'll see how you do
we're
tonight.
back to the points game
We're back to the
tonight.
points game. And so the score, I believe, is 7-4.
I think so, yeah.
So
I feel like that sounds so much better than 5-2, though.
oh, yeah, I can see that. So we will see what flavors we can pick up and how we do. I wish we would have tasted this a few days ago or something, so it wasn't the neck pour.
Right.
Because I do find a big difference now. I always thought people were crazy.
But we have noticed that,
That is a big difference.
Yeah. Some of what we had last night that had been opened for a little while was...
It's no burn on the nose, which makes sense because it's only 84 proof. It's sweet. I know you can't pick up a whole lot, but I'm picking up some berry and some caramel. Maybe a little bit, maybe it smells a little bit like the mountains.
I'll tell you, on the palate, it doesn't drink like an 84 proof bourbon. That's really nice. Some slight charred oak. I'm getting some vanilla, some caramel. Almost like some cherry in there.
It is smooth, and I feel like it does drink like an 84 proof. There's no burn. I'm not getting any.
See, I had a little bit of heat. Not bad.
I'm not really getting any heat, but it is full of flavor. Now it's going to take me a few seconds to taste this a few times because my mouth, the flavors were bouncing all over the place. One thing, obviously, has rye in the mash bill, but I feel like I am picking up some pepper. And I know you always laugh at me, but I feel I'm getting some leather.
Some leather.
Yeah. I know that you always think that's silly when I say that, but
I've just never chewed on leather that I know of, so I can't compare.
you know, I told you I could smell some berry. It has a fruit in it. I have no clue which fruit.
I'm going to stick with my cherry
Okay.
on that. I know that's hard to tell where that's at, but it's got, for only being 84 proof, we've had a lot of other low proof bourbons that we would have already written off. They just don't have much going on, but this has, it's full of flavor. I feel like it's full of flavor.
Yeah. So I'm definitely picking up the pepper and leather. Is this penny just laying there, or are you?
Yeah, that's just.
Okay. So you got cherry and vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I'm not picking up the cherry like I was. I don't even know. I forget what we were tasting, and the cherry was so dominant in it. It was so good. I need to go back and see which one that was. I'm not disappointed in this. How much did you tell me you paid for this?
This bottle is $51.99.
Here in Ohio, okay.
And again, we're in Ohio.
Is that, I mean, that's kind of expensive for an 84 proof.
It is. It's high, definitely high on that if you're looking at the proof side. And I know you're saying that it drinks like an 84 proof. I still say it doesn't. Not necessarily because of the burn or the oak or anything like that. It just has so much more going on with flavor than, say, Four Roses at 80 proof.
Okay. I'm going to put mine on honey, and I think I'm going to move my black pepper down to cinnamon. I'm trying to decide if it's honey or caramel. Or caramel, however you want to say it. I'm saying caramel.
Potato, potato. I'm going to say it's caramel.
It's definitely a sweet, spicy bourbon.
It is. I'll tell you what we're going to do and what will be a good comparison. We have another 10-year bourbon, and I don't know if you can think of it off the top of your head, that we're going to do a side-by-side with.
Russell's.
Well, that's another one. I don't think that's a fair comparison, though.
Okay.
I think we're going to do a side-by-side with this and Eagle Rare, which is a 10-year bourbon, which I'm really fond of. I feel like I like this one better.
Really?
Without doing them side-by-side.
This one I almost need a few more pennies with. I really like it when I have a whiskey in my hand that I need several pennies for.
Because there's that many flavors.
Well, because you know what I told you? I sniffed it. Maybe it's the mountain. You know, I was thinking mountain air, you know, just kind of went with the theme. But the more this lingers on my tongue, I really kind of get some of the pine, conifer, cedar. I think it's more of a pine though.
Which could be coming out of the mountains.
Which I mean, I get a slight bit of the oak, but it's not the charred oak or anything like that. It's just a slight oak. It's really enjoyable.
That's a really, it is on the high side price-wise. But for an 84 proof bourbon, my opinion, Shona, my wife, does not agree with me. It drinks like a lot more than an 84 proof. I would say it's maybe a 90, 92 proof. If you didn't know that that was 84 proof, if we'd have poured that and you didn't know it was 84 proof, I don't think you'd have said this is a sub 90 proof bourbon.
Maybe, maybe not, but I know it is, so. It's very good, regardless. I mean, obviously, I'll almost finish my sample.
I've been sitting here thinking that I'm not going to have any left.
Well, so you have cherry, vanilla, and caramel, and I have honey, cinnamon, and leather. Are you ready to see if you beat me tonight?
Yeah, let's see what we've got. This has already got me thinking, as hard of a time as I had finding this bottle, I'm already thinking, what am I going to do when I run out?
Okay, on the nose, we have cinnamon, pine, honey, and freshly cut grass.
Grass, that's why my nose is running.
Yeah. On the palate, we have sweet pepper, we have leather, and we have raisins.
That's really strange that you hit that leather note.
I say leather a lot though. Don't I? I need you to chew on some leather.
I think that's what you need, yeah.
And so
you got a point.
yep. I mean, honestly, if we were going by the nose, I would have got another point, but we're not.
Yeah, you can't just go by the nose whenever you see a potential point.
No.
Since
So we had to go
always
on the
by
actual
nose.
palate.
Right.
And the palate only had leather tonight.
Right. I mean, how many more points do you need to be ahead of me?
I just wanted all three.
That puts you 4 points ahead of me.
But the good news is, and this is not your fault, because you can't smell. And so I'm really impressed that I kind of got a little bit of what was on the nose. Now, I feel like I tasted it more than just on the nose. Like I told you, it smelled like a forest.
Right, yeah.
But anyways, 1 point for me.
1 point for you. Would you buy this bottle again?
I would buy it again. Honestly, I'd like to see it in the $40 range to be quite fair. I feel like last night we tasted some 30 to 40s that had a lot of flavor as well.
And I'll give you that. Good. Yeah, we did. We did.
This one's very good. I love the bottle. I love the packaging. I would be interested in getting the 14 year as well to try it.
Well, I'll keep my eye open, but don't look for it anytime soon. I looked every time we went into a store, I looked for this 10 year. And it was this past weekend when we were up at Lake Erie. We walked into a store and going down the aisle, there it was. And it's actually where you found the the Knob Creek, I believe.
Yes, the Knob. Well, I found the Knob Creek at the end of the aisle, but I mean that was in the aisle.
Same store.
Yeah, same store.
Same store. So we found a couple things that we had not seen anywhere else. Seem to be scarce. They're not allocated. Either of them are allocated, but you really have to watch for them. I know that if I ever find this again and I'm due to buy to replace this bottle, I would definitely replace it. So I think that's all we've got for tonight.
It is.
We're going to look at maybe doing a comparison with this and one or two others, just to see how it compares with others.
With other 10 years.
Other 10 years that are higher proof. So we'll see how it stacks up.
Okay.
So if you guys would please hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit us up in the comments. We'd appreciate all that. And for now, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.